public disruption,
Yo, what's up?
distracted driving,
Oh! Oh! No! No! No!
alleged grooming.
So there were people in the house that knew you were 16, but they didn't say anything.
Yeah, like his girls would try to get me to do it.
Jack Doherty is a man who seems to be perpetually shrouded in controversy, where every week he's in a new drama, and commentary channels harp upon it like rabid beasts to fill their plates. The most recent drama? OnlyFans grooming allegations, and specifically, multiple people alleging that Jack Doherty had underage girls at his house to convince them to sign an OnlyFans contract upon turning 18. This drama is the most damning one so far, and if true, shows that Jack Doherty's search for wealth is more than just annoying and obnoxious, it may even be dangerous. Given that all of this is being unearthed about Jack Doherty, I think it is important for understanding the situation that we know Jack Doherty's past, so we could look into the mind of how someone could grow up to have complete disregard for anything except his income, his viewership, or his clout, where even dangerous situations that he caused must be monetized. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into how Jack Doherty went from harmless kid with big aspirations to YouTube's biggest egomaniac. This story starts all the way back in 2016, a time much different than ours currently, filled with dank memes, bottle flipping, with content creators like iDubbbz Filthy Frank ruling YouTube, and the biggest tragedy in all of American history, the death of Harambe. And during this time, one of the most hated YouTubers to date would join the platform and begin his infamous journey. On September 2016, Jack Doherty would post his first video, doing something extremely reminiscent of the time period. This video was representative of Jack's early content, and it would show that he wasn't yet obsessed with views and fame. He was just a kid posting whatever he wanted, with no bigger plan in sight. But not too long after, we would begin to see Jack Doherty's clout chasing begin to peek through. In the video, prank calling Jacob Sartorius, where he would attempt to call Jacob Sartorius from his apparent Instagram leaks.
I'm just like something to pick up. Hello? Hi, is this Jacob Sartorius?
This is not Jacob Sartorius.
Damn.
His cousin.
Oh, really?
Goodbye.
No, wait, no, please sing Sweatshirt.
While this is generally harmless because the numbers were mostly fake, excluding the girl who said she was his cousin, who we can't verify, it is indicative of the content switch that Jack Doherty would make in order to garner views, and his lack of awareness to others' privacy, even at this early age. He would continue attempting to grow after this by posting more trendy videos, such as calling killer clowns or harmless pranks like trick-or-treating the day after Halloween. There wouldn't be much of note until his next video involving a major internet celebrity. This time, his target was FaZe Rain, with 2016 being the golden year of the FaZe clan and hype of this famous competitive gaming group being at an all-time high. Jack would spare no opportunity to profit off of their success. Jack would post a video on November 9th, 2016, where he would go to FaZe Rain's house. In the video, he and his friend would continuously knock on their door, to no response, because they weren't even in the house in the first place. Later in the video, we would see them driving back, and unsurprisingly, FaZe Rain seemed less than delighted with the situation. This house appearance would show an apparent lack of respect to the privacy of this internet celebrity, and is both a look into Jack's lack of sympathy for other situations, and also his mother's implicit encouragement in this behavior, as she was the one who drove to the house in the first place. This behavior by the mother would be a recurring pattern we will see in the future, and it could help explain, at least partially, why Jack turned out the way he did. After this, Jack would post mostly normal content for a while, from flipping different objects to flipping himself, and even his most famous video to date. Safe to say, lots of flipping. But his content would be relatively harmless until he would jump on a new trend and attempt to gain more views. He would post videos where he would go to famous establishments like Walmart or Target and do as much publicly disruptive stunts as possible in order to have the employees remove him from the store.
And I don't give y'all permission to record me, so record that. Let's go. Out. Out, out, out.
The most notable of which being this encounter.
Don't take pictures of me. I'll break your camera.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
I doubt I'm 15. You'll go to jail.
I don't care if you're 15.
You'll go to jail.
You respect me.
Alright, then you respect.
Where he would be removed from Walmart after being a nuisance again, except in this case, he would claim that the man was putting hands on him.
Put his hands around my neck. You can see the marks. He scratched me. He even punched me in the stomach, trying to reach for my camera, trying to like get me to let it go.
But in the next clip, we can see that he was blatantly lying. You think if you were to try and make a false claim, you wouldn't put the evidence in the video that directly goes against your statement. But this is Jack Doherty we're talking about here. This video would garner 5.9 million views, pretty substantial for his channel and way more than average. This increased attention would cause Jack Doherty to seek these views again, and in the next video, he would revisit the store and ask around for the man's information.
Excuse me, sir? I have a question. Do you know this guy? Here, have you seen this guy around? Excuse me?
Yes?
Do you know this guy right here, by any chance? Named Donato?
Looks like you.
No, this guy right here, with the beard. You never seen him?
It's customers.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
essentially stalking the employee that was just doing his job. But to Jack, the mental well-being of others and even their own privacy wouldn't matter because he was making
$500,000.
Higher.
You've made more than this 15-year-old kid has made more than $882,000.
A little higher.
And this would be further reiterated on his Dr. Phil appearance, where Phil would attempt to convince Jack that his actions were harming those around him and putting himself in potential legal trouble.
I know a lot of internet influencers that have lots and lots of followers in the tens of millions. And they do a lot of comedy and a lot of jokes, but they're always successful when the joke's on them.
Yeah.
They're very creative about doing things where the joke's on them. So it's not at someone else's expense. You can do a lot of different things that don't have the downside, but have the upside if you just challenge yourself to do things at a different level.
But Jack would show no remorse or second thoughts for any of his actions, even when Dr. Phil would bring up that he almost got arrested.
You said, wow, look at this, there's 7 cops here all over me. Do you see any problem with that?
It's not a problem with that. I just thought it was a good opportunity for the prank because they weren't really doing anything.
That's 7 cops talking to you, and there may be somebody getting mugged or something 10 blocks over, and they don't have police protection because you're scamming 7 cops over here.
Well, I mean, and they were just talking in a circle, like nothing was going on.
Yeah, well, you don't know that.
Dr. Phil would bring a few different people onto the show to try and reason with and convince Jack to change his ways. When confronted by a lady featured in one of his videos where he would trespass onto her property, he deflects the responsibility of this disturbance, essentially saying that he could have done worse.
In order against him, you know, I don't think he realizes that the consequences could be a lot worse than what they have been.
Rachel, I am sorry for riding my dirt bike by her house, but I also could have posted her face on the internet also because I wasn't on her property or anything like that.
I'm looking for the apology in there.
Oh, I'm just saying like my side of the story as well because I'm just saying like you said she could have called the cops on me also, but I could have put her face out on the internet, but I chose not to do that.
While this situation is not funny, I can't help but laugh at the way that Dr. Phil dealt with it. There's a section of the video where he puts up an infographic of what a Karen is.
Definition of a Karen.
To try and argue that the lady wasn't a Karen. And it was like the weirdest way to go about it. Jack's brother Michael would also appear on the show and confront Jack on when he stole his car and drove it despite not having a license.
Looking back on it, I guess you could say that it was funny, but in the moment, it was not that funny.
Jack would respond saying that he could have easily replaced it with a new one.
I thought he was gonna crash or something, and also I think he was just trying.
If I crashed a car, I would buy a new one. Let's be real. No worries.
Showing that he wasn't really understanding the sentimental value that it held. And finally, Dr. Phil would talk to Jack's parents about how this situation even got this bad in the first place. And their explanation was essentially that he was making them too much money for them to stop him.
You kind of endorse what he's doing. You say, I can't take his phone or his cameras away because that's how he makes his money.
Yeah.
And
It's
I'm not going
difficult
to
to
shut
figure
him
out a
down.
way to discipline him. It is. If I take away his camera, if I take away
This parenting style definitely implicitly encouraged Jack to continue with his content, as it showed despite whatever he did, the consequences were just a slap on the wrist. Overall, Jack would not be convinced by this interview, especially when the views and money were positively affirming his behavior. But not too long after the Dr. Phil episode, people would begin to get sick of his content. You can only get banned from Walmart so many times until it becomes the norm. It was getting to the point where his previous fan base had seen all he really had to offer. It enticed them at first given the absurdity of his actions, but repeat anything enough times and people will get bored. So he got an idea. What if he brought the same type of content to a new platform? What if instead of having people just watch him disturb the public after the fact, they would comment on it and affect what he did in real time? This would be the start of Jack's Kick channel, and where Jack would come to the forefront of everyone's attention due to his increasingly immoral antics. He would go around harassing people, but in a more direct and confrontational way, bumping into them and verbally provoking them while his bodyguard jumped in to protect him. He would get into fights with other famous kick streamers and get insane clips that would go viral. But most controversially, he would manage girls' OnlyFans. While seemingly out of the blue, Jack would actually have a larger plan behind his antics than previously anticipated. He would use his publicity, notoriety, and connections to become an OnlyFans manager, where he would help with the marketing, consistency, and production. And in return, he would receive a substantial portion of the income. His most substantial marketing method, his own content. His videos became glorified OnlyFans promotions, where he would date girls, have them on his videos, followers and be promoting their OnlyFans behind the scenes, causing him to have multiple sources of income that compound upon each other with growth. Given Jack Doherty's obsession with money, despite the moral implications, this would lead to the most damning controversy so far that is still ongoing. On December 21st, 2023, Natalie Reynolds, one of the many OnlyFans girls that he was promoting, would come out with grooming allegations against him. She would say, "Jack Doherty has paid someone to take down and ban my Instagram account. Insecure narcissist is mad he can't make money off me anymore, and I'm releasing the truth. Stick to grooming minors." She would further elaborate on this in the next post. "Oh, by the way, the grooming thing ain't a joke, lol. This girl was 17 and Jack waited months for her birthday to get her drunk and sign a contract on a yacht." Drama Alert would end up reposting and publicizing these accusations, which would lead Jack Doherty to respond. He would say, "Dumbest accusation ever. Stop giving this clout chasing attention. Her whole account is a fan page for me, Sam, and Neon." But this wouldn't be an isolated incident. Matthew JGL, a man who used to work with Doherty, would reiterate this story.
The one that they have, Claire. She was 17 and we met her at Sway. Not even just Claire. He obviously just goes for the young girls. And Claire actually signed when she was drunk on a boat. And she's not allowed to.
A streamer that was also mentioned in his previous tweet, Neon, would come out with his own allegation on March 14th, 2024.
"Let me tell you exactly what Jack does. I don't care. You want to say that? Now I'm going to violate you and expose your script. Here's what you do. I'm going to tell you exactly what you do. You get 17-year-old girls the night before their birthday, you buy a $10,000 yacht every time. You get them drunk and they sign a contract, 50% of their life every single time. Fuck you."
Jack would respond with a Twitter video.
Basically, there's this rumor saying that I sign minors to OnlyFans, get them drunk on yachts, make them sign contracts, whatever. That is the most untrue, false allegation I've ever heard. One person came up with that rumor, and the whole internet ran with it. And the person that came with that rumor was getting interviewed, and they blocked the person that was interviewing them because they had no proof and nothing to say about it. I'm younger than basically every girl I have signed except for like one. And that girl signed 4 months after her 18th birthday. So I have proof to back everything up if I need to. I know Neon even said some shit about it on stream, saying that I do that. He texted me apologizing because he knows I don't do that shit.
Neon would later double down on the allegation.
"I'll be taking that money and I will be exposing you for getting drunk underage girls on yachts and taking percentages of them. You will be going down, my brother. You will be going down. I never had any real problem with you until now, so you will be going down. Underage girls on a yacht, making them drink. I know everything about you."
Later on June 22nd, 2024, a streamer named Norway would come out with another.
Jack said she was actually 17, but don't tell anybody. Jack, I'm gonna tell people she was 17, Jack. The Sophie girl. Or not Sophie, Sophia. Sophia's little sister was 17. That was at the house. And then you said they're never coming back to the house. 4 days later, Jack, Ace invited the 17-year-old and her friends over to the house. And I also have messages of Sophie messaging me, "Daddy, please forgive me," or "Daddy, please come over," or something. The girls were begging me to come over to the other house while I'm in the guest house next door. But I didn't want to come over because you're a 17-year-old. And Jack, I messaged you. I told you to kick them out. And then you didn't do shit about it because you're in Dubai. But yeah, Ace was chilling with 17-year-olds in your house without the NDA. That's crazy. They didn't even sign the NDA, they just pulled up. That's why you got scared when I called the cops and the girls when they were drink driving because you were 17.
Jack would respond to the claims by saying that Norway, along with others, were clout chasing. "Can't believe Norway switched up on me that fast. I never even kicked him out. I genuinely cared about the kid and did everything for him and still would. He picked clout over a friendship I thought was real. I spent tens of thousands of dollars on him, bought him 2 phones, fed him every day, let him stay at my house, and even got him a $15K a month kick deal. Just goes to show his true colors and that no matter how much you do for a person, they still won't appreciate you and will always take it for granted. Hope one day he realizes how good he had it and how he threw away his best friend for 15 seconds of fame." But further evidence of an underage girl being at his house would come out with this clip.
I have fucking geography class.
Okay, don't say that on stream. What time's your drug? Do you have to leave?
Yes.
What time do you have geography class?
7 in the morning.
I've done geography. I got you. I can do it for you. Send me the Quizlet. I got you, baby. Stay the night.
And Jack Doherty would be seen present during this conversation. The girl featured in this clip would later provide further context to this allegation on an interview.
There's a lot of like rumors saying that I used a fake ID and for Fresh and Fit, that I had a fake ID at Jack's house. I never had a fake ID. I never owned a fake ID. I always was. They asked me how old I was. I literally answered 16. Remember, like the girls were trying to like sound so convincing about it. Like
so they were girls trying to get you to do it.
Yeah, like his girls would try to get me to do it. So they would come and they would be like, "Have you ever posted a picture on social media?" And I was like, "Yeah." "Have you ever posted like a swimsuit, like you in a swimsuit at the beach?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I guess. Everyone has posted themselves at the beach, and they're like, well, that's basically what OnlyFans is.
Vinny D would further collaborate this story.
I've been to Jack Doherty's house before, and the first time I was there was a 16-year-old girl there. Their entire team told me.
Jack Doherty would respond, not flat out denying the allegations, but instead saying that if he was hiding something, no one would find out.
Give you shit to talk about.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm good at that shit. I'm good at having no one have any dirt on me, bro. No one can fucking expose me because I don't give them shit. I'm secretive. I'm quiet. I don't tell everyone every fucking move I make. No one has dirt on me, bro. I'm not retarded.
And that is all we currently know about the situation, or at least all that I have found so far. It's insane how much has unearthed and been dug up after the car crash. I know myself and many others had no idea about any of this before recently, but allegedly it's been going on behind the scenes for a while now. It's really unfortunate seeing this typical kid doing typical things slowly and progressively becoming a worse person over the years, and allegedly doing heinous things, all documented for everyone to see. If there are any new updates to this situation, I will post them in the future. In the meantime, stay safe out there and have a good one.